Throwing on the first play is Jones. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down. Working from the gun, it's Jones. He's got the tight end Mayer. From up and down, just shy of the 40. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And a hard-earned yard as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. 3rd and 6.
Here we go, set. Track, Panther 60, trap 60, trap 60. Ready?
Shotgun now for Jones. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he will score. Tim Brown. Touchdown Raiders. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Makes the score Raiders 8, Falcons nothing.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. Trying to use that big body to go forward. Going to get to the line of scrimmage, but nothing after that. 2nd and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. And open downfield, it's Johnson. And he's going to take this one all the way. 75 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. Now they get the touchdown, but there's still the matter of the two-point conversion.
Will line up for the
Here's Madden to the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremy Chinn. And the Raiders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Glad to have you all with us for another dose of NFL action. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here in the booth for you. And Brock, if the build-up to kickoff has been any indication this week, man, we're in store for a good one.
Yeah, we never have an NFL game without the two sides doing a little jawing in the days leading up to it. It's the game before the game, right? Any edge that you could create. But now, well, now's the time to kick it off, where you actually take care of business on the field, and you know both sides are ready to go.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And we're underway from Seattle. Johnson now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Set up. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. 18, Tiger. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. 79, Bronco. Take up.
Get the fullback involved here. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Here we go. Here we go. 60,
2nd and 10, back to throw. And he comes up after a nice gain right near that marker. Gonna need a little bit more now on 3rd down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 7 yards on that pickup. And that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Set up. 19, 60.
This time it's a passing play. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he will wind up out of bounds after a 1st down gain of right around 3 yards. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They're throwing it. Fits it through the middle. And he is down to the 30-yard line. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Cup 19, Cup 19, 60 Bison, 60 by 18, Pioneer. Cuddy.
They'll throw it here on 1st. Hits his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Okay, 8 yards to go, and let's see how they approach this 2nd down. He's going to throw it again. Has him on the quick hitter. Fights his way through a tackle. Dances right by him. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the red zone on 1st. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons finish up an excellent opening series. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or could they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, Cowboy 80.
Here's Willis to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. 7-0 is our score. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They have 2nd and pretty long here.
Viking 18.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to work ahead for a couple here. It's 3rd down now.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
All right, here's one of our game's first big risks. The offense lining up to go for it on their own side. They're going for this. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Okay, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Steady.
To throw here on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to work it to the 20. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. And goes to the hurry up here.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
Working now from the gun.
At the 20-yard line.
Looking at his fullback now. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
The 7-yard line.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Goes to the hurry-up offense here.
Just shy of the goal line. A gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They call pass on 2nd and goal. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. Well, he connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission.
And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack, because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons double their lead to 14.
14. Falcons, nothing.
Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. This return starts at the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. New set of downs for him from the 31.
Here we go, set.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Now this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know, what do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
So it looks like they'll be second and maybe a yard as we come back, Brock, from our 2-minute warning. More from Lumen Fields coming right up. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
Working from the gun. It's Lewis. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Okay, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
And he used all the space he had. Got him around 8. That sets up 3rd down. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
19 tight. 19 tight.
3rd and long for him here. With right, and that's intercepted. And the Falcons get the football on the first turnover in the contest. Well, partner, you know this one firsthand. Getting them behind the sticks really limited what the call could be on the offensive side, and no doubt helped set up that INT.
Unfortunately, I sure do. And when you're in these situations, you got to have self-talk. You really do as a quarterback. You got to tell yourself 3rd and long, extra long like this, protect the football. Protect the football. A punt is okay. Quarterback extra aggressive in the defense, well, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They took it from you.
A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. New set of downs for him from the 31. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
From the red zone now. Bails out of the pocket quick. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal. Offense up to the line fast.
6, Buffalo 18.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. And the defender coming away with it. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Falcons make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Hey, Kate, you know as a quarterback, every decision he makes got a consequence. Some good, some bad. But that one right there, throwing into double coverage, making that decision to force the issue into double coverage in the end zone, that's a consequence that pays dearly.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready?
He'll throw it. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down.
Come on, cut it. Hawk, step, go, check, go, check.
Looking to throw. Got for big yards on the right side. And he will get to that 30-yard line before they stop him. Just 2 seconds left in the half as we get a timeout.
Here we go, set. 19 Lions. Hurt, hurt. Right there, hurt. Ready.
He's back to throw. He's going deep. He's got it inside the 25. it's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Anderson to kick off.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10.
Ready? Warrior, Cowboy 80. Ready, ready?
Shotgun snap now to Willis. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's a Falcon first down.
Falcons first down.
Back.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Willis to throw it. He's got a man left. And they bring him to a halt right at that midfield stripe. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making a stop.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
60 by 60 by.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Offense in a hurry up here.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Got a man and Neighbors has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless. This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Here we go, here we go. Viking 8, ready?
2nd and 10, here's Willis. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Working inside the red zone. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
19, ready?
Looks like a design run here for Willis. Oh, baby, he gets dropped, and the ball is out. And it looks like the offense got that one back. Yes, they did. They pounce on it inside the 10.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Dragon 60.
From the gun on 3rd down. And he cannot bring it in. They've now arrived at 4th and goal. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, kid. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
4th down. They're going to throw for it. And cut in the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Daniel Carlson set to
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Johnson with a return here. And this gets out to the 30 before he stopped. First call here coming from the shotgun. Airing it out to start this drive. Has a man on target to Johnson. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons take a 13-point lead. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the upright. And the Falcons double their lead to 14.
Falcons 7.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion.
79 Broncos.
Throwing on 1st down, Willis. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 2nd down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Here's Willis to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
And it's 3rd
Hot 70, hot 70.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Kenny's under pressure, and he goes down! And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
All right, I'm to the point of the game, Kate. Now, we got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long, and on this drive, yet again, find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
Picked up at the 38. Before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Chance here for one final play before the end of our quarter.
Here we go, Shaq. Hawks, 18 Cardinal, 18, go.
They'll run here on 1st down. There he goes on the right side. All the way, that's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons stretch their lead on the final play of the 3rd. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
So we're through 3 here. And when we resume play, it'll be with a kickoff.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Panther 11, Mustang 19.
Throwing is Willis. He's going deep this time. Ooh, that one's nearly intercepted. The defense read that one perfectly. A poor choice to make that throw. 2nd down coming up.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns, and usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
Tag! Cowboy!
Willis looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Offense to the line fast.
And it's 3rd down.
70 Lions!
3rd and 14.
3rd down from the gun. Trying for the deep ball. Well, they had the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Now can't blame them looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down.
60 Bobcats! 60 70 Lions!
Desperation time here. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Now throw to start the drive. From the pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push them back for 2nd down.
Ready up! Dragon 60! 2! Craft up! Cup 19! Cup 19! Trap 60! Trap 60! Ready,
Throwing now out of the shotgun. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. Offense in the hurry up here.
A loss of 5 yards.
Cougar 19! Ready?
3rd and long for him here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! Go!
Working from the gun, it's Willis. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
60 Eagles!
Here's Willis. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Willis now. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Chop alert! Chop alert! '70 Timberwolf!
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. It's everything he has under this one. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Falcons about set to celebrate this win. So with this one seemingly in their pocket, a chance to pad the lead here, first and goal. Back to work after throwing the pick. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long, but finally, this defense has an answer.
On the ready.
So the incompletion on first, here's second and goal.
Let's go now.
They're gonna pass it here. And they will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons put up even more points in a win.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with the brains, the processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some could do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. He just put on a show.
They'll try this extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons grow their lead yet again.
Falcons 35, Falcons 7. Anderson to kick off.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. Ready.
They'll run it from the gun. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. Second down.
At the 34-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Gets him on the in route. We got the football, Brock, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker. 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Through the pace here as the clock continues to run.
And the Falcons first down.
The play fake now. Willis to throw. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Incomplete. He was covered by Deion Sanders.
70, 65 catch, 65 catch, go.
Shotgun snap now to Willis. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Willis now, 3rd down. And they knock away another one. 3 straight passes, Brock, failing to connect. That brings us to 4th down. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th.
Let's go. Set Cougar 19.
Desperation time here on 4th. And they get to him and haul him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Going all the way to the end zone here. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Falcons continue piling it on here in the 4th. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons continue piling on to this lead.
Anderson to
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go. Mustang 19. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Willis to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Looking quickly here.
19, 18.
It's second down.
To throw, here's Willis. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Chimere DK, the one he was looking for. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up 4th and long. They saw undoubtedly the final snap of a decided contest.
Come on, come on. Set. Hawk, set. Ready.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on 4th down. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go. So the Falcons earn the win in this one. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
So for our crew, my partner Brock Ewert and myself, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been Madden Ultimate Team. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say so long from Seattle.